Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. So glad to have you here on our channel. If you love adventure, laughs, and of course our favorite heroes, then you've come to the right place. Don't forget to subscribe right now so you don't miss any of our videos. To always stay updated on our freshest and craziest stories, make sure to hit that notification bell next to the subscribe button. And today, we've got something really special for you, the Festival of Hearts. Ready for a fun adventure where everything goes not according to plan? The sun shone brightly over the city, which was adorned with hearts, ribbons, and garlands. Today was the annual Festival of Hearts, a day when everyone exchanged gifts and confessions. Sonic had already zoomed through all the streets, greeting residents, and Amy Rose was right in the thick of it, helping to hang the last decorations, her eyes sparkling with anticipation. She held a small Valentine's card for Sonic. In the crowd, a little to the side, Knuckles was trying to set up a massive drum kit for the evening performance, grumbling discontentedly about too much pink everywhere. Tails flew above him, checking the sound equipment, while Shadow, as always, watched everything from the roof of the tallest building, arms crossed. This whole celebration seemed ridiculous to him. By the way, have you ever received a super weird gift for a holiday? Or maybe you saw someone confessing their love to a very unexpected object. Tell us your funniest or most awkward stories about confessions or Valentine's Day gifts in the comments below. And while our heroes are getting ready for the party, Dr. Eggman is already hatching his devious plans. Meanwhile, in his sinister laboratory, Dr. Eggman chuckled evilly. Ha ha ha! Foolish simpletons! Their Festival of Hearts will soon turn into a Festival of Chaos. He pointed to a new, peculiar robot that looked like Cupid with a huge crossbow. My Anti-Cupid 2000 won't shoot love. It will shoot chaos arrows that will turn their tender feelings into absolute hatred. No more hugs, only fights and destruction. Eggman launched the robot, which immediately flew towards the festival, carrying its huge crossbow. But, as often happens with Eggman's inventions, something went wrong. With the very first shot, there was a loud crack, and the arrows, instead of causing hatred, began to cause unexpected and utterly inappropriate feelings of love. The first arrow hit Knuckles, who had just tried to get rid of a pink garland caught on his knuckles. He suddenly looked at the nearest old gnarled tree, his eyes glowing. Oh, my beautiful, majestic tree! I have never seen anything more beautiful than your bark. Knuckles rushed to hug the tree, chanting about his eternal love. Big the cat, peacefully fishing by the pond, was struck by the next arrow. He looked at his old, worn-out fishing float. Oh, my loyal friend! My passion for you is boundless. I will always fish only with you, my beloved float. Big the cat began to dance with the float, singing strange serenades. A commotion began at the festival. People and animals suddenly started confessing their love to the strangest things. Benches, lampposts, clouds. Eggman, watching this from his monitor screen, was furious. What? What is this outrage? They're supposed to hate each other, not dance with mailboxes. My invention malfunctioned. Sonic, Amy, and Tails noticed the chaos. What's going on? Sonic asked, seeing Knuckles hugging a tree. Looks like Eggman's robot broke. Tails shouted, flying overhead. These arrows are causing strange feelings of love. At that moment, one of the arrows bounced off a fountain and, flying in a strange trajectory, hit Sonic directly. The blue hedgehog froze for a moment, his eyes slightly widened. He slowly turned, his gaze falling upon Shadow, who was still on the roof of the building, observing everything. Sonic suddenly grinned widely. Shadow! My dark, mysterious, perfect Shadow. To Amy's and Shadow's complete astonishment, he sped towards the building like lightning, singing, You're the reason my heart beats so fast! Shadow, who rarely showed emotion, was utterly bewildered and embarrassed at that moment. His crimson eyes widened. What? What nonsense! Amy Rose, seeing this, dropped her Valentine's card. Her heart shattered, but then she was overcome with indignation. Oh no! I won't stand for this. My Sonic doesn't act like this. She knew an arrow had hit him. Tails! We need to stop that robot and find a way to reverse the effect. Amy exclaimed, pointing at Eggman's Cupid robot, which continued to fire arrows. Tails and Amy chased after the robot, while Sonic tried to get to Shadow, who was attempting to dodge his hugs and confessions. Sonic! Stop this foolishness! Shadow growled, trying to push away the ever-smiling Sonic, who seemed perfectly happy with his newfound feelings. The chase for the robot led them to the central square, where most of the people struck by strange feelings of love had gathered. Amy, using her hammer, tried to hit the robot, but it was too agile. Tails, using his intellect, tried to figure out its weak spot. Meanwhile, Sonic finally managed to corner Shadow on the edge of the roof. My Shadow. Your gloom is so attractive, Sonic exclaimed ecstatically. I'm going to go insane, Shadow mumbled, trying to break free. Eventually, Tails realized that the Cupid 2000's arrows recharged from positive emotions, and there were too many of them at the festival. The only way to stop it was to induce negative emotions or complete chaos to make its mechanism malfunction. Amy, we need to create something so ridiculous that even Eggman will be horrified, Tails shouted. Amy looked at Knuckles hugging the tree, at Big the Cat dancing with his float, and at Sonic chasing Shadow. An idea sparked in her mind. I know what to do! She ran up to Knuckles. Knuckles, your tree is boring. I know a much prettier tree. Knuckles was outraged and began to argue with Amy. Tails, seeing this, started creating loud, dissonant sounds using his equipment. Meanwhile, Sonic finally embraced Shadow, trying to hug him. Shadow, in desperation, used Chaos Control to instantly teleport elsewhere, leaving Sonic bewildered. This act of rejection, though caused by Shadow's embarrassment, caused Sonic, affected by the arrow, pain. His smile slowly faded from his face, and he suddenly felt sad and rejected. This wave of negative emotions, Knuckles' outrage, Tails' cacophony, and Sonic's sadness, overloaded Eggman's robot. It sparked, whirled, and finally exploded, releasing a cloud of sparks into the sky. When the smoke cleared, everyone affected by Cupid 2000's arrows returned to normal. Knuckles shook his head, looking at the tree. What was that? Big, the cat let go of his float. Sonic knelt down, his love feelings gone, leaving only a slight bewilderment and a hint of sadness. He looked at Shadow, who stood in the distance. Shadow looked back at him, and on his face there was something like relief? Amy ran up to Sonic. Sonic, are you okay? Sonic blinked. I'm fine, Amy. What even was that? He looked at Shadow, who quickly turned away to hide a slight blush. The Festival of Hearts continued, but with fewer strange hugs and serenades to trees. Sonic and his friends helped everyone restore order. At the end of the day, as the sun set, Sonic, Amy, and Tails sat on a hill. What a crazy day, Tails laughed. Amy sighed. I never did confess to Sonic. Sonic patted her shoulder. Don't worry, Amy. The important thing is we're all together and safe. Amy smiled. She was glad Sonic was okay, even if her feelings for him were so complicated. In the distance, on another hilltop, stood Shadow. He watched the trio, feeling a strange sense of relief. He still didn't understand why Sonic's loving glances had affected him so much. But now that it was over, he was glad the ridiculousness had ended. And yet, when Sonic, in his fit of love, called him perfect, something inside Shadow stirred slightly. He quickly dismissed the thought. The adventure ended, but for Sonic, Amy, and Shadow, it left its marks. Amy still dreamed of Sonic. Sonic was still a hero who loved freedom, but now a new, utterly incomprehensible shadow, flickered in his heart. And Shadow himself began to slowly, very slowly ponder that perhaps love wasn't so ridiculous when it came to someone who called you perfect. Even if it was Sonic,